construct the pop-up gatefold, I've already cut it out. I've showed you how to create it using the Joy Extra on Design Space, and I've already cut it out on there too, but the live is going to be how to construct it, but I will give you measurements for how to make it if you've got no machine. So you'll need to start off with a piece of card that's 10 by 7. You're going to score it at 2.5 and 7.5. Then you're going to turn it and you're going to put it in. I'm going to show you this bit, although mine's already cut, at 1.5, and you will cut between your score lines. So there's my score line, which you can't really see, and you cut all the way down to your other score line. Then rotate it 180 and put it in again at 1.5 and cut again between your score lines. Then you're going to put in at, let me see, you're going to put it in at, let me double make sure. Oh, you're going to put it in at 5 inches. So let's start with that one first. So you're going to put it in at 5 inches on the 7-inch side and just score down to your cut line. Take it to the bottom, lifting your bar up, and then score up to your cut line. Then you are going to put it in at, let me move these out of the way. Let's see, I think it's, is it 2 3/8? Let's see, 2 3/8. So you're going to put it in at 2 3/8. No, that's already scored because you're you did that at, no, just a minute, 2 3/8. So it goes, no, that score line should have already been in because that's your 2.5, sorry, that's your 2.5 score line. Then your next one is going to be 3 and I think 3/8. Let's have a look. 3 and 3/8. No, that's not quite right. So is that going to be 4, 3 and 7/8? 3 and 7/8, sorry, beg your pardon. So you put it in at 3 and 7/8 and score just between your two cut lines. Rotate that around and repeat that. That's the easiest way to do it. So you put it in at 3 and don't look like 3 and 7/8. So 3 and 3/4. Sorry, it was 3 and 3/4. Just check that one again. Sorry about that, 3 and 3/4. It's because I've done it all on my machine. Okay. So now we are going to turn it into the pop-out gatefold. So before I do that, I always like to run down my card. So I'm going to run down the cut lines and all the way round the edges just to make sure they're absolutely flat. Okay. And we're going to bring in it doesn't matter which edge you start with to make the gatefold. So you're going to bring just one of your ones in. Make sure it lines up correctly. So at the top and the bottom. And then go along your score line. And then we'll do the same at the other side. So you're going to bring that in and make sure it's level at your top and your bottom and score there. Right, I'm going to just adjust my mat so you can see better. Okay, now the middle is going to come in So we're going to bring that in to be a mountain. So that will be a mountain. So push those in. And then you're going to bring, doesn't matter which one you do again, the centre score lines, you're going to bring that in to be a mountain too, and just go over with your blade on one side. I like to then turn it round and score that. And then you want the other side to be a mountain again, and I put that down, score that on either side. Okay, so there is a couple of ways of folding this now. So we can push in and push that down, and then you can rescore these, so you can do either side. Doesn't matter which way you put them, just score them both ways. There we go. So when you bring your gatefold, it will stand like that, but you can either put it this way or even that way in your envelope, or you can turn it back into the gatefold, and then somebody's got to, it should automatically go nicely into that position, even though it's been in the gatefold position. Okay, so we want 2 pieces that measure 2 3/8 by 6 7/8, and you want altogether 4 of these pieces, but I've done 2 separate for the front and the back. So you can do this, you can have 2 pieces for the front and 2 pieces for the back. So I've done that. This is beautiful paper. I just adore this paper, and I've got very, very little left now. It's been well worth getting, and for the first time, well, not for the first time, they have done it before. So put equal increments all the way round. Stampin' Up! I've carried it on. Now I don't know whether it's still available now. You'd have to maybe look online to see whether it's still available. So we're going to put the equal increments, that is the right way, on there. So I've started off with Highland Heather card for my base. Okay, and then this was the free one we got, Flight and Airy, this one is called, and I'm using the other side of this. So I've got a panel for the middle, and this measures just 2 3/8 by 3 7/8, and this is going to stick in the middle here. I'll just double check that here. So I decided go different. Normally I match the 2 outer panels, but today I've decided to match my little panels. So that's going to go on there. So I've got 2 of them, one for there and one for the back. So you can choose whether, because this is light, I'm going to choose that to stamp on. Okay. So then we have got 4 of these, which measures 1 3/8 by 2 3/8. So you want 4 of them. So I'm going to put this together. So I thought this would coordinate nice. So equal increments all the way round. There. Now if you wanted to, you could do 8 of these pieces to do it on the back as well, but I'm just going to do this on the front only. So the back of these I will leave the island heather. Oh, such pretty paper. Okay, so and then okay, so equal increments all the way around. Now the next piece you're going to put on, well actually we'll decorate the back before we do any more to the front, because the front will stick out. So we're going to turn it now to the back, and I have cut these in the same as the front, and the reason being that decide which way you want your paper up. If it's directional, be careful when cutting and positioning. I'll put these on here, so just equal increments. As I say, I'm going to leave that blank now. There we go. Really like the colours together. Right, now I'm going to stamp. Oopsie daisy. I'm going to stamp on this before I pop it on here. So that's exactly the same as the front one. That's going to be there. And I'm going to get got to get it out. Where have you gone? Come on, where are you? I'll be back shortly. There is that one. All my things are all over the place. I'm very sorry for that. I meant to get that out. And which one does that? No thanks, that's not the one I want. Where is it? For a very special person on a special day. I want that one. Oh, I'm blind as a bat. It's right there and I can't see for looking. There we go. That's going to go on there, and I will get that. So I'm going to use Highland Heather for the actual stamping of my sentiment. So just load that to my block, pop that out of the way, and then we'll put this, and I'm going to put this more at the top because I'm going to leave room for me to actually write, but I'm going to also, there's a lovely leafy bit here, so I'm going to get my leafy bit, put that on. I'm going to get some paper and I'm going to stamp off. So let's put that on there. I'll stamp off. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to, whoa, again. I'm going to stamp on there, and then I'm going to stamp going on there, just like that. So it's just very faint, but it's just a bit of something there. Okay, right. While we've actually got this out as well, I'm going to put that on one side a minute, and the little bits that I cut out, my little bits of lavender, I'm going to bring those, got 4 pieces, so I'm going to get a pinky purple, oh that'll be all right, I'm going to go and just go round my lavender. Just give it some interest. Okay, so it's really tone on tone, because I'm using Highland Heather, and I had Highland Heather that I've actually cut them out with. See what a difference that makes from the just plain and boring. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same with the next one. Just add that little bit more definition. So, if you've got any questions, just leave after the video. I'll upload it once I've done my live, and I take the picture of my finished card. I can then answer any questions. I can't always see, and you can't go back to them, questions that come while you're on the live. So that is a nuisance, because I'm busy focusing on what I'm doing, and I would like to answer your questions. If I catch you, I can, if I catch it quick enough, I can answer you at the time. But then if you want some answers, then just get in touch with me. Now, what I'm not doing is this is how they fit on. So let me turn it the other way and see whereabouts they fit, because I could be doing it the wrong way. So let's go. Oh, have I managed to do it right? Oh, I managed to do it right, apart from this one. Oh, well done. So that was fortunate that I've done that. Well, I do like it. Just gives it that little bit more of something. Okay, nearly done. Okay, and that would be go out that way. So just move those out of the way a minute, and I'm going to change now. And it's Lost Lagoon, this, that I've done these in. Well, there. So I'm going to do Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to do my leaves now. So I'm going to come on here and go in here to do my leaves. Move them out of the way. Can do a bit on the stalks as well. Just now, it doesn't matter if any goes on there, because it's going to be covered up in a minute. So again, this. Okay, that just gives it that little bit more interest. Okay, that's that. And then what I love about glass mats is that you can just go doo-doo, like that, and then I bring in my paper towel and do that. Okay, so those are done. Right, pop that out of the way a minute. Just wipe my fingers on that. Right, another tip for you, just quickly, is that your sponge daubers, when you've used them, if you just, on your damp chamois, just take off your ink again, and then you don't need as many sponge daubers. So do that. There you go. and then they'll dry fine and be fine. Right, so while I've got these like this, I'm going to glue them on here. So put them on the top there. Okay, did I do them in order? I think I did. So that can go on there. That's it. Come on. Moved it totally. There we go. Oops. Move that, come on, get back in place. There. I'm going to do that. And this one. Okay, there we go. Now we could add some more interest as well by getting our wink of Stella, and let's get back on wink of Stella and going over so that will make them sparkly. Okay, just going to add it to the flowers only. There we go. There. So we can set them to one side now. Bring back on our card. Just make sure there's nothing there that's going to mess up the front. Right, and we can glue this in now. And then you would write on the bottom of that. My advice would be write on it before you glue it on. I'm quite good at writing on after I manage to do things, but this then, as I say, you can either do it this way and put one way and one the other way so it staggers down like this, or fold it in that way, and that's why I do these two. Okay, but I often like to put it in the envelope like this, and then people have got more of an idea how it should go. Okay, right, now got a piece of white, and this is going to be my base card, and this measures 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. Now you've got to be careful with this, because what we need to do is we need to put it so that it's at an angle, but you mustn't go over your crease lines. So just put some dimensionals down the middle. I'm going to just put dimensionals down the middle. Okay, I'll put 4. Be generous today. Okay, so put 4 down the middle. Yeah, that one's not on. Right, so put it back. So it's going to go at an angle, but it can't go over those 2 score lines. That can come down a bit. So I'm looking at all the edges. So I'm looking at this edge, but I'm looking at the gaps so that I can try and get it in the middle as I can. I think, yeah, I'm happy with that, so I'm committing to that. Now, done this, so whatever you've got, to be able to cut that out, do that. And I've actually gold foiled this. I thought that was quite nice. So I'm just going to glue this on. Now this, I'll give you the approximate size. So this is about 4.5 by about 3.25. So you want something on them lines, just so it fits in that on there. Okay, and you want your postmark on the right, and then we're just gonna try and get that. Yep, there we go, in the middle. Right, now going to put this towards the top like that. Now if I'd been cleverer, I'd have got it the right way, but nobody's going to see that under there. Right, so this measures roughly 1 5/8 by 2.25. We're going to stick that towards the top, so I'm looking for an equal gap there and there. Okay, and then I'm going to put my lavender on the top. Now I'm going to try my best to actually lift this up, so I'm going to see what I can do. Now I do have some foam adhesive sheets because I can't find that minis, so if you've got minis that would have been good, but these foam adhesive sheets you can just cut to what size you want. So I'm going to load them up on here, so I'm going to cut myself a thin strip off this, and then I'm just going to cut it to go on. So let's see if this is thin enough. Yeah, that's looking that way. So just going to roughly cut that bottom off there. I always use old scissors. This, I don't use my best Stampin' Up scissors at all. There, and then we want a bit for that. Hope if I take the covering off, put that in there, and then I want some for my leaves. So I think I'll stick a bit where it's chunkier down there. I might have to cut some little bits for this, so put that there and cut a little bit for this bit here. Okay, so now bring back in, just move that because that's useful, move that there, and we can then peel off our backing. Okay, and oh, that's sparkling now. I'm going to put that sort of like that, just press that down to adhere that. Right, now I've got the happy birthday, and I'm going to get some let's see what we've got. That's some pearl. That's oh, I've got one of these little little things here. Just add a bit more interest. I might put that under there. Yeah, I think I'm going to put that under there. So I'm going to get my glue dots. So I'll just get some glue dots. I would pick up both of the big ones. I want a little one. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to put it right on the end. Let's just where did I have it? I'm going to put this at an angle. And that kind of like that. Put it upwards. I might put another one coming down there, so I'm going to get a glue dot on that. That can come down there, and then I'll put my happy birthday up. So I've already got that. I'll put that at the top, but I'll put a bigger dimensional. I've just got to work out where I want my dimensional. So let's put it on the bottom. Let's put it on the top then. Let's see. So put that about there, I think. Is that gonna pull them? Okay, and then we'll put some sparklies on. So let's have a look what I've got. Don't like them. Got underneath them. The jury's out on them, and then see what else I've got. Got a few of them. They're quite big, and I don't want to go as big as that. Let's see. I don't do a lot of pearls. I think I'm going to go for pearls to be different. Now, where's my I have had my thing and I've lost it. Oh, it's here, underneath here. Okay, so I'm going to stick some pearls on this for a change. In fact, I'm going to colour them. That's a favourite thing of mine. So let's have a look at, I've got a light lovely lipstick, so I'm going to see what these turn out, whether I like those. I'm just going to colour one and see if I'm happy with that lovely lipstick. So I'll just colour that, and then yeah, I'm going to go for that. Okay, so I'm going to colour them as I want them. Oops. So you can, if you've got some pearls, well, gems work as well. You can always turn them whatever colour you want them. Put one there. Love doing this. Oops. Someone can go there. Yes, I like that. So that would stand up there. Happy birthday. I like that. Okay. So on the front, so just making sure that this will close all right. Yeah, that closes all right. So we've got nothing on the front at all. That's on the back. Or if you do this and put one way and one the other way, then that's how it will look when the person opens it, which I think is a better look. And then you've got that, and then when they look at the back, you've got those two there. So I hope you like that. I'm leaving it fairly simple on the front. I'm letting the DSP do all the work. I'm not going to put anything else on. I don't think. I'm going to leave it like that. Thank you very much for dropping by. Stay well, stay safe, and bye for now.